2061, good luck. So we've not played before, we have no hit to score, we get black for this one. Opponent, only 36 games. Okay, let's play the normal Carol. So what are they actually playing? Playing mainly classical. Okay, somebody's playing proper slow chess on here, proper slow, and the 2169 in that. Okay, let's take back the principled way. We just try and get our pieces up in castle, something like that. It's possible to go like a slightly different format, just to break standard theory. So you could do something like that. It's just a little bit more risky when you're playing the stronger players, of course. But knight up, a very natural square here. I don't see the benefit of going here with the knight because there's nowhere to really jump to. So you've got a very nice natural square for your knight here. Okay, he's chosen to check. So that gives us a natural square here. But again, do we want to take with the knight? We'd probably have to take with the queen if he trades, and then he's got knight in. If I go here, he could play knight in quickly. And then we kind of block anyway, don't we? I guess we could take with the other knight. Yeah, I'm going to block with a bishop. I don't know if it's right or wrong. We'll check afterwards. But if he takes and I go with my knight, then my knight's kind of on a wrong square. So he's gone back over. So I'll just develop the knight then. So he'd want to just protect his pawn, I guess, or just castle, or c3 or c4. He's got lots of moves for white. Okay, he's gone there. So do we want to get our bishop outside the chain? I kind of like the idea of that. Just if he comes back here, it could be slightly awkward, couldn't it, when we're not getting castled. But I like the concept of this before he gets h3 in. So here we go back. If he then comes back again, we've got time for a pawn push. And if knight in, the queen would hang that move. So he doesn't have that immediately, does he? Let's risk it then. Let's come out. I want to keep the bishop outside the pawn chain if I can. It's a little bit risky. My king is still not safe. My opponent's king is safe. So it's a little bit of risk with this. So he's developed his knight. Okay, so are we able to grab a pawn here then? Can we be greedy and grab a pawn? Because the check is covered, isn't it? Here, he doesn't have a check this way and he doesn't have a check that way. So can we grab the pawn with a view to trading and then go here? But he can then throw the check in and it's awkward defending. But a pawn's a pawn. Let's do it. If it goes wrong, it goes wrong. Let's take it. I'll try and trade everything off here and just hope and pray that my king isn't getting into trouble with the bishop and the queen coming this way, which could happen, of course. Yeah, he's attacked us there, so I think we check. And if he goes with a knight, we can take. He takes and we're fine. Then if he checks, we can block with the knight. So let's go with the knight, and if I need to, I can drop the bishop back. But I assume he's going to take with the knight. And he has. So now we've got the option to take. And if he goes with a queen, here is my idea. And if he checks, I've still got the knight to block. So let's do that and hope we're not blundering. But I mean, he can still blast everything open. So it might be really good for white, this. So, I mean, I could go here as well, but I've got to try and get my king safe. So I'd expect maybe check, knight blocks, and just blast forward or something. And then if we hit the bishop and he trades, at least we can take back. But ooh, it's a little bit uncomfortable. It could be a poison pawn. We'll find it after the game. It might have been that I was better off to try and develop in castle. This is a problem when your king's not safe early and your opponent says your opponent can then attack you. And there's not too much you can do. You've got to get your king safe. And I haven't done that this game, so we might have gone wrong. We might have gone wrong. It might be a poison pawn, so let's just see. But if he checks, at least I've got the knight I can block with. If he plays bishop g5, I'll have to block with the bishop on e7, I think. So bishop here, I'll have to move my bishop here, preparing the castling. And then if he checks, we can block. And if he trades first, he can check. We'd have to sidestep, we won't castle. But there's one less piece on the board to worry about. But if he does something like this and then gets the rook centered, he can then start blasting forward. But he has gone for that check, so I've only really got the one move there, so I'd already decided to play that. But now rook here and there's threats to capture. I mean, I can go here, but you know, queen here could be a problem as well. Then I can't really develop. Yeah, he's gone for that blast forward idea. That's what I expected. So I think I need to attack the bishop here. If he takes, I'll go with the queen. I think he'll probably drop back, but let's see. got to get castled. I've probably got to give up this pawn back, don't I? So what if I go here? If he takes, I take, and he takes here, I can develop and get ready to castle. He's got two outside pawns. We've got a centre pawn. Now, if I take here, he's obviously going to go here, but then this is a problem as well. I don't think we can allow that. So I think I'm better off trying to sack here. Now, I might be wrong here. Now, if he takes with a pawn, can I play a move like knight up attacking the bishop? Because if he took with a check, we'd take. I doubt it, I doubt it. But if he goes back, we just take the pawn. So I think he needs to take, but obviously we just have to worry about our moves, what our opponent's actually done, not what they might do. Okay, so he has taken. So potentially I can develop the knight to attack the bishop. Or I can develop the queen to attack the bishop. But if I take here and he takes, say I play bishop up, I'm ready to castle, aren't I? But the problem is his pawn's here. So is knight up or knight across a good move? Knight here is protected by the queen. We attack the bishop. Can he play a move like queen here to protect the bishop? And if we take, queen takes. We take back, he checks, we block. It's still the same sort of position, isn't it? Yeah, I'm just going to take and develop and hope I can castle. So he's going to get two protected pawns here. I've just got to find a way to castle before he blasts me here. But queen here, castle, bishop down. I think I've got bishop up. Once I've castled, I can try and get active with my pieces, but you can see the problem that's on the way. So we might have just blundered this one. We might have done, but that's just the fun of chess and the challenge of chess. Yeah, if I was white, I think I'd just play a4 there just to plant the bishop. That's exactly what he's done. So I'm going to take the chance to castle. Now, if he plays a move like queen across, he's threatening bishop down. But right now we can defend it with bishop up. But otherwise, I've got to try and activate the pieces and deal with these pawns. So bishop up here is a very natural square for the bishop. Knight up here could be a move to come round. If we can just get rid of even one pawn, it's easier to stop one pawn than two. If these start rolling, then could be curtains. Our pawn a lot harder to push. So yeah, we might have gone wrong. If we have, we have. He's activated a rook, so I'd like to go here and trade, but my knight would hang. I can't go here now because he's covered that. So what to do? I've got bishop here to attack the rook. What does he do? Say he goes here. Maybe I can then play knight across. Yeah, just in principle, I'd like my bishop here. Just to put pressure on the diagonal. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Let's stick to trust my instincts sometimes. Go on this diagonal just to gently pressure the pawn and then try and activate my knight somewhere useful. I'm looking at maybe here to go here, but it's awkward, isn't it? Awkward. If I could just get one of these two, but how the heck do I do it? Still, that's why we review the games at the end. That's what the engine will tell us how we should have actually played it. But not easy, is it? Not easy to come up with a plan. Got to get these pieces all into the game. Got to get them all active, all doing something. Right now, I'm struggling to find an idea. We can attack the queen to jump here, but might be nothing. I guess I could go here to go here as well. We'd love our opponent to take our knight and give up the bishop. That will never happen. That will never happen. That's what we would really like to happen. What on earth do I do, though? What on earth do I do? If he just stays solid and sensible and keeps them two pawns, that's a bit of a serious problem. Just wondering there, actually, did I miss a trick with queen up while I attacked the rook? But I don't think I was actually gaining anything. But he's let us go after this pawn. So what's he seen there? He's just literally hanging the pawn. What the heck is he cooking up here? Okay, he's seen some tactic here or something, hasn't he? What's he seen? He's given up that valuable second pawn. Now, if we can get one of them, in principle, we can sack a piece for the other one and we might be able to still survive. So why can't I take that? He doesn't have bishop in one move. I can't see it. I can only play what I see. I can't see any reason not to take it, so I'm going to take it and try and come back. Okay. So he moved quickly there. He's got an idea in mind. That's what that tells me. But let's just come all the way back. So if we can maybe sack the knight and get rid of that pawn, we might have a position to be a piece down, but we might have a position that we can play for a draw. So that's what he'd seen there, but I thought I could come back. Or has he got a follow-up at the end? He might have, but pawn for pawn's not bad. So here, takes. Queen takes, we gain a queen, we lose a queen. We can still shift our knight. So here, if I go here, I'm just walking into a pin. It's nothing, is it? I can't really risk that. Knight up here. Ooh, he's got takes, he double covers, doesn't he? So I think I have to come back. I've seen the tactic at the end, but I think I have to walk into it. Takes, queen takes pawn, and maybe I just move the knight. Yeah, he's gone for it, so he's going to take the pawn, but we've swapped a pawn for a pawn, a really useful pawn, for a pawn that's useful but not as critical. Maybe we've got knight here to hit the pawn, the queen as well. So do we do knight here? But where's my knight going to go if he has a good move, a good reply, say queen back somewhere? We don't want to take the queen in this position. Knight f6 is very natural, very natural. But here it's a chance to get tempo attacking the queen and the pawn. And we are actually threatening to win the pawn, aren't we? So here, he's got to guard his pawn. So he's got queen here or here, or here, or here, or here. He'll want to guard the pawn. That one attacks our knight, and I guess we can play rook across, but I don't see a continuation from here. Oh, I guess I can go here actually where his queen is. But not when my queen's here. So here, down here. Maybe I've got queen across. Let's do it. Let's go here with queen across. Triple attack and then try and put the knight in the centre. I think queen here. One of them type of squares is where he's going to end up. But we double attack the pawn now. Unless he's got a real counterpunch. But here... Ooh, I'm not sure actually. Yeah, maybe I can move there and then he marches. Or I might have blundered actually. Bishop in. I might have missed bishop in. Ooh. Bishop in. It's one of them moves in. Or maybe I can counter and hit the queen. And my knight's still alright. But then I'm not threatening to take here. But then, ooh, I'm not threatening to go here either. I guess my knight could drop into the corner. Rook here, knight into the corner if he sees this. Or maybe I've still got queen across, bishop takes, rook takes, but no, that's... He'd then have rook takes knight, yeah, that wouldn't work. But if he moves, he attacks my knight and he attacks my rook. But I can counter by attacking his queen with a threat to actually take it. Yeah, he's found that move, that was the other move I looked at. So do I sack now? This is where I thought I needed to play queen across. I'm just going to do it quickly, so at least I guard this for one move and he doesn't have bishop in to hit my rook with one move. So we now triple attack. It's double defended, but if we take now, he's got rook across. So I'm more looking at putting the knight into the centre of the board. If I can get the knight out of the way, then get the rook on a dark square somewhere, and just hope we can blockade. Equally, you don't want to block the pawn with a queen, but you never know, we might be able to get some counterplay and start going after his king. But yeah, if I take here, rook across, suddenly we're in a pin and we can't break it. But it might be the best move though, to give up the knight for the pawn. Yeah, so he's gone back, but if I take... Oh, actually, has he allowed it? Because if we take here and he pins us, we can jump out the way attacking the queen. Ooh, and if we go here, he goes here threatening checkmate, we can block. But if he pins us, we can jump out the way and attack the queen. So maybe it's takeable. I'm going to do it. I don't see anything better, so I'm going to do it. Rook here, I think I can drop back. If I lose a queen, gain a queen, lose a rook, gain a rook, lose a knight, I've then got rid of that pawn for my knight. I think it's salvageable. But I'm kind of committed anyway now, aren't I? So I've done it, so I'm committed anyway now. So let's go here, hit the queen and the bishop. So he's going to trade everything off and he'll win a piece, but we've got rid of the danger. So I'm hoping I can draw it. I'm hoping I can get a draw. He'll take the rook and I'll take back. Then he'll take the knight, and then I'll just push a pawn to avoid the back rank checkmate. There's no benefit to going for a check and just kicking his king up, I don't think. So why is he thinking there? Or baby bishop here. It's just the same thing, isn't it? Bishop here, it's the same thing. We just get on a dark square and push a pawn. And I have to hope I can salvage a draw here. Like, really go into a bunker, stay ultra solid, as long as I don't blunder the back rank. Why is he thinking so long here? It's good for me that he's doing it, mind. He's burning a lot of time he doesn't need to burn. Okay, so I'll just move quickly. I've got to start using my opponent's thinking time now to put them on pressure on the clock. But if I get my king off the back rank, I'm going to go here to stop his king getting out in a hurry and then step up. What I don't want is his rook getting on the back rank and the bishop coming in, or the second rank, bishop in and winning all my pawns. So he's played rook across, so I'll go in a dark square, hit the bishop and go here. He's going to try and target this. It's whether I can then defend it, say rook here or here. But I've got to try and be solid and keep him under pressure on the clock, because he's took a long time thinking there. And I don't want to advance the pawns too quickly because it gives him a target. Okay, so he's gone there, so I can go here to hit the bishop, right? Let's just go there, attack the bishop. Okay, I'll just attack the bishop again. But that would be an idea. If his rook was here, he'd be threatening to win a pawn if he stays in this diagonal. That's why he's gone there. So I think I'll bring the king up just so that's not a concept. And now he's down to 20 seconds. So I've got to still play a reasonable pace here, so that he's getting low on time and he's running his time up. So just throw slow, steady moves in. We might get one on the clock. Yeah, he's thinking too long. So a slow, steady move. Hold on again. I've got to be careful though. This is what I said. If he gets here and then here, I could throw a check in and come back, I guess. Yeah, let's do that. Let's check and come back. I'm just running the clock down now, trying to keep this safe. Get on a dark square. Then push a pawn. I mean, he's just going to be out of time. Okay, push the pawn too then. Yeah, he's just out of time. Purely down to the clock. He's played a really good game, so he's played really, really well. We just got fortunate with the clock. So let's see what it was in engine speak. Oh, yeah, minus 22. Minus 22. So it means it's somebody not playing very often when it's got a big score like that. So it got a high rating deviation. So 40 moves, they're the move times for both players there. Let's just analyze it and see what it was in engine speak. But he played a really good game, didn't he? Really good quality game. So let's see if we've got something to learn, especially about that bit where we sacked the knight for the pawn as well. We were kind of committed there, so we are worse all the way through. How worse are we? Yeah, minus 2 actually, so it's still playable for a draw, but we'd never better the whole entire game. Because it's technically 0.3 there, it's basically just level, isn't it? But he just played a tremendous game. We never better the whole game. 93%, he's played 95%. He's only got 2 moves that are slight inaccuracies. And yet we still won it thanks to the clock. That's pretty amazing. So you can see the moves there. Move 30 and 31, I think, is that. The only slight moves. That's how difficult chess is. But you see, nothing really much is being flagged. That can be one of the problems playing the Caro a lot. Stable, sensible opening, but it's difficult sometimes to get more attacking positions on it. But this was all good from both of us. So it was good to grab that pawn and trade everything off. It was good to block with the knight. But yeah, I did have the idea there, didn't I? I was looking at knight up, and queen up was actually the right move. So let's just see if it gives a line. Queen up was the correct move to play. And what should white do? Because you could potentially plant your bishop, but then you can't really move it. Or actually, no. If you play b3, we just take the pawn, don't we? The bishop's trapped. So if we play queen a5, the best move is bishop back to b3. But then we don't try and take the pawn. We just develop our bishop to e7. Yeah, that's kind of... Actually, the second move, actually, you do take the pawn with the queen, second line. And then he just plays this calm queen to g3. That's the other problem. I'm then struggling to get castled. I then can't move the bishop because of the pawn. That's another thing I was looking at. So yeah, It's still a good line that we've played though, but we took there, now it's slightly better for white. And white's basically better the rest of the entire game. So it was good for him. Was that the right move? Bishop f4. So he'd seen all this concept, hadn't he? Let's turn that on. He'd seen this concept. When that green bar populates, that's when it's finished doing its thinking. But I'm only showing 2 lines here. You can click the cog and you can go up to 5 if you want to. You can see, bishop f4 is one of the moves that's being suggested there. It's the 3rd best line there, but I just tend to leave it set on 2 just as a default. That works for me. So it was a top move. So it was still good to do this. And here, yeah, bishop back was the right move, or rook across was the alternate move. But I went for this. I'd seen that he can take this pawn here. And yeah, I should have actually traded the queen at this position. It was the better line. But the eval is actually basically the same along with knight f6. It's, 0.1 difference, so basically the same. I actually went this side, and that's not much different either, 0.4. And then I've ended up stumbling into a line here where I've grabbed the pawn. I shouldn't have done. Yeah, I should have put the knight in the center, and it's basically level. So I should have just gone into the center instead of taking the pawn. But because I took it, that's actually a blunder. My only blunder of the game. I'm now committed to losing the piece. But I'm aware, of course, I'm well up on the clock in this position. I'll turn that engine off there. So I'm really just trying to play the clock as much as the position now. And thankfully for me, he wasn't able to play the end game too quickly, and we were able to get a win on the clock. But he's played a tremendous game, and a tremendous game there, so well done.